And I'm happy to be here today and kind of guiding this conversation about, our wellness panel, healthy founder, healthy business. Entrepreneurs, I think, can be seen to not ever really clock out mentally. The invisible load that entrepreneurs carry, do they show up with that?
Oh yeah, I find most of my clients come in and
you can say it. You can say it.
Most of them come in and they're kind of like they've had a day or they're had a week or whatever, and I want them to come in and just like, this is your hour. I'm going to lead you through. This is all about you right here, right now, and not thinking about anything else, and just being centered for 1 hour, which is amazing if everybody could do that.
I'm just thinking of my current client right now. They have 3 companies and they have just a newborn and they want to have no more kid. And being parenting, you feel like you have limited time. That's what they kind of created. So I have to help them Barbara mentioned, start shifting. The problem is not you. It's never about you. It's how we regulate.
Coming from that field of real estate, I think we have FMO, which is fear of missing out, and it's absolutely true. So we look at other agents and how do they do it? How do they manage to do so much transactions and look like it's a breeze? Obviously, they have created systems, organization, and so forth. I'm going to be the first to say that I have struggled with that over time. I've worked with teams, I've worked with partners. In some cases, finding the right partners to work with you is important. So then it's sort of like you can split up the work. The idea of I need to do it myself, you can't.
Right.
Physically, you cannot do everything yourself. Single practitioners in real estate, from my own experience, is almost a death sentence. If you want to make the income that you need to make and you're doing it by yourself, it becomes so difficult to manage your life, your family, and something's got to give. I know that
always.
From my past, when I was doing that, it usually would be the family. The family would be the last on my priority list. And here's the funny part. Why was I working? I was working to make it better for my family. But if I'm not present with them, there's no point to it.
Okay, so the next thing I wanted to kind of touch on, so we met as a group before coming today, but Dr. Pan, you had mentioned you did the Supersize Me experience. So I would love for you to share a little bit more about that and what that was like for you.
Sure. Have you seen the movie Supersize Me? So you have? You haven't? Okay, so I got to give you a little context.
Yes, do the context.
It's a movie, a documentary movie about this film producer supersize everything that he's going out to a fast food, in this case McDonald's. Oh, I shouldn't say, this fast food restaurant, McDonald's, and supersize everything, every order. And he's documenting what happens over the 30 days. I was questioning the whole premise, like, is this actually real? Is this actually true? And what would happen? And I have a group of clients that at the time was interested, and I thought I should do a social experiment on myself. By the end, I couldn't last over 30 days. And I chose across the street, there was a KFC and Taco Bell. So at first I can eat only 1 burrito. And then the second day, it's like, oh, I can order 1 burrito, and I kind of crave more. To fast forward, by the end of the second week, the second Friday, and I remember I was sitting in my room and I had a patient across me, and I was eating, I was having a consult, but I was actually getting shaky. And my thoughts is like, oh, I gotta eat more burritos. And to kind of wrap up the story, I gained about, I was like 170, I gained about 50, 60 pounds in 2 weeks. And you were asking how it impact decision making.
Yes.
I was at the beginning of the week, the start, I was able to make decisions. I was able to go home and everything. And Rob was mentioning, when you're busy or reacting, you eat whatever is available. So for me, by the second week, 14 days later, I have weekend off, I think. I was shaking. I cannot make decisions. And even though there's a patient in front of me, I couldn't focus.
Wow.
Yeah. And all I was thinking about is not the person. I wasn't present for my client. And I was being distracted. The worst thing that I found is I couldn't lose the weight afterwards, no matter how hard I was trying. Like, working on, Barbara, you probably have experience. Sometimes people come in, they work on the same situation, but I couldn't make the needle.
Yeah.
And I was that person. No matter what I was trying, I wasn't losing the weight. Yeah, until later on, I lost 60 pounds in a month, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like for me, and I try to tell everybody I work with this too, but I think there's something to be said for making decisions in the morning. And I was curious what the panel's thoughts are on that. And like, I think the quality of decisions goes way down the further we get through our day.
Yeah.
So I was curious if any of you had any experience with that or thoughts you wanted to share.
Well, I think that's obviously a given. You're more fresh in the morning, you've had a good night's sleep, you have energy. But if you're fueling your body and feeding yourself good things during the day, self-talk is also huge. I'm a work in progress with that. Just self-talking is so big.
Yeah.
And just get your body moving during the day. You can make some pretty good decisions later on in the day. Like I take on that challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can regroup and revisit that anytime.
I'm not saying it's going to be as good as in the morning, but yeah,
right.
If you keep yourself, tuned up and healthy, and you move and you fuel yourself right, I think anything is possible.
It's all about harmony and balance. Like balance gets used a little bit over a lot. It's actually balance is happening because life is always changing. It's more about the harmony, working with, aligning with the rhythm of the day. Right. And when you go with the flow, things to be super easy. When you go against the flow, you're like struggling to make things ends meet, whether it's financial or physical health. Financial health is also health, which we also look at too.
As an entrepreneur yourself,
Right.
What do you feel like there were costs associated with not taking care of yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I've been down this road so many times, and you kind of forget, and then you have to be reminded. But yeah, when your productivity goes down, you're working too much, you're not spending enough time with your family, there's a cost. There's both a financial cost and a relationship cost. And both of them can be very detrimental. Many people have ended up in split ups for the mere fact that they're not present. There's more than just monetary cost. It can be so many different costs that end up costing you in the long run.
I don't know if you like camping, but I know when I'm out in nature, campfire,
Definitely.
Yeah. And when I'm not with electronics, I actually feel tired earlier.
Yeah.
Like the sun sets, I'm like, oh, because we have circadian rhythms, our eye has receptors that is in sync with the light. So this artificial light does impact us.
Yeah.
So so that's why I introduced, it's actually not you the problem, it's your environment, it's the system that you have.
When I talk to a lot of folks in my line of work, consistency seems to come up as a barrier. Or, like everybody likes good intentions, January 1st, and they go hard, and then it completely falls off. Yeah. And so I guess I'm curious, like, why, in your opinion, do you think entrepreneurs tend to either overtrain or they completely fall off?
I don't know why they have such a vision of I'm going to like go big or just go big or go home, where you have to ease into it to keep the consistency going. Yeah. And I feel like people put too much on themselves. And then they just burn out. And if you go to a gym January 1st, it's pumping.
They're definitely packed.
You go in February 25th, it's there's nobody there. It's a ghost town. Yeah. Because they just burn out and they don't have the motivation. And that's the first thing to go with a lot of people is their self-aware, their self-health. Like you won't give up, going out with friends for a glass of wine or a drink. You'll give up the gym. Right. You'll give up other things, but the gym is always the first thing to go. When people don't come back for personal training, they go, I can't afford it. But they're going on trips and they're going here and they're like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I feel like fitness is always the first thing to go with people to not stay
Interesting.
motivated. I don't know.
And what have you seen for folks who maybe it was that maybe they've fallen off, but maybe now they're like back on a more of a consistent path? Like, do you think it just takes the accountability partner
Yeah.
or?
And seeing results, getting to a point
Yeah.
where you're seeing not just necessary physical results, mental, healthy results, and just a sense of overall well-being from working out, moving your body, and you just feel so much better in your skin when you're moving around it.
I don't know if you know much about Chinese history. The current system is set up is when you get sick, you visit a doctor, and they get paid when you go to see the doctor, right?
Yes, okay.
There was a period in time in the emperors where they're getting paid to keep people well, and you don't get paid if you're not healthy. So there's always a cost. It's postponed. So
Right.
one of the things that really kind of impacted is people come to me closer to, well, there's only two reasons, right? Like Barb was mentioning, we set a goal and then we kind of falter off. So people only make decisions when they just got diagnosed with something that's chronic,
Yeah.
right? And they try all the therapies, and then they hear about me, and they usually come to me when they exhausted everything, right? And or you got a car accident, something life-threatening, and that's
Yeah.
what we've been conditioned. We seek help as a last resort. We're reacting to the symptom versus it's actually easier. And only micro things you can do, right? That you can do at home, like you mentioned earlier. And I'm giving the people the fishing poles so they can actually start fishing.
Yeah.
And recognizing those signs and symptoms. Like Barb was mentioning, oh, I didn't know coffee can, like intolerance of coffee actually. So it's hard because how do you know something exists when you don't know that's impacting?
You don't
so, and the aware is like the awareness. So, so to answer that, the cost, like, because we're not there yet, it's hard to inherit a cost, but let me kind of ask the audience to think about it and sleep over it. What if then you reach that end stage, and what is it actually costing you for not taking care of your health? What is, Rob mentioned, costing you in other aspects of your relationship, better decision making? Are you going to be, because entrepreneur, do everything yourself and running out of time, if time is important for you? And important, what do you want time for? If you, like you say, I don't have time, that's a sign.
That's a sign.
Yeah.
So what did
Thank you,
think?
Brian. That was great.
So
What did you think?
what brought you both out? What did you?